Hey everybody, PattyAnne here, welcome. Hang on just a sec, I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. I just started looking at the chat and it looks like everybody's having some pretty crummy weather. It's not raining here, but it's not sunny either. It's a little cold here, down here in the basement studio as well. But it's good to see all of you. Hi Stephanie and Chow, Tammy. Let's see who else we got here. Kathy, Dee. Let us know you're here by signing in or just saying hey, and then we'll know that you're watching as well. Oh no. You guys, we may be having an issue again. Because my camera won't switch. All you're seeing is down here, and maybe it's even frozen. Oh my gosh. Okay, hopefully I'm going to be back up in just a second and you guys will see me. Let me know if you see me again. I think that was a user error this time and it was not YouTube. So I'm going to wait here for you guys to find me again. Oh, sorry about that. So Tammy, can you have everybody look for me again, please? Hopefully I'll be back on. Oh, you can see me and hear me again. Okay, yay. Oh, that was scary, you guys. I hate this sometimes. I think that was my fault, though, this time. Last week or the week before, it was not my fault, I don't think. But this time it was because I forgot to hit the streaming thing. So, yeah, yay. Welcome. Hey, I was saying hey to everybody. I don't know if you could hear me or see me before, but I was naming everybody who's here and glad to see you guys here. So let me know, Tammy, if you can see me where you are. And Chow says it's the same link. Hey, Rosemary, good to see you. Let me know if you guys can see me and hear me. Oh, you can. Look at my nails. You see my nails? Yeah, I got them done for Valentine's Day. So, let's see. Tammy's messaged me. Let's see. Yes. See you. Okay, great. Okay, Tammy says that you can see me again. And yes, if you didn't see my nails, here are my nails. Ooh la la. I got rid of the blue and I got some red sparkly for Valentine's Day. So, okay, I'm going to wait for a few minutes to make sure that you guys find me. Sorry. So let's see. Tammy's messaging me again. Let's see. You can see me and hear me right now. Now, I'll type to Tammy now. So I'm making sure that y'all can see me and hear me. She said yes. Okay, great. Okay, oh my gosh. All right, so here we are. Let me turn this on so I can see. And then I'll even know better what y'all are seeing. See, you never left. Oh, okay, you guys never left, just I left. All right, let's get to it. Okay, well, that's not right. Hold on one more sec. Okay, so, alrighty then, I think we're all good. So, for the 100th time, welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you found me on my big, well, I guess you didn't have a problem finding me. I had a problem staying here myself. Anyway, I'm kind of excited about today's project because I wasn't going to do it because my sister, Jean Freda, she sends me all the stuff that I need to do these projects. And I told her that I had the stencil material, the Cricut stencil material. And yesterday when I'm allowed to open up stuff the day before, and it's a good thing because I had to stain this piece of wood. But yesterday when I went looking for the stencil material, I couldn't find it anywhere. I just didn't have it. And I'm supposed to stencil a big letter on this thing first and then put vinyl. So what I've decided to do is I'm just going to do vinyl and hope for the best. So look down here and you'll see the things that she did get for me. This is some Mod Podge that I've had for a really long time. I hope it still works. I'm going to have somebody help me open it. I swear this stuff's like 35 years old. May not be any good anymore. But this is what you can use to seal your project at the end. Mod Podge. And I'm not so sure that I want to use a gloss one, so I may not want to use this one anyway. But that's one. The other thing she got me was this Minwax. And she got me the walnut stain. It's a wiping, stain, and finish so that I could put it on my piece. Not blurry. Not blurry. Looks a little blurry. Uh-oh. All right, well, I'll just keep going. So this is the Minwax that she got me. And Nightbot is going to be probably putting in a link to this just so you can see what it is in case you want to see what I've used. And of course, if you use my link, it's an affiliate link and I get a couple extra cents. Trust me, you get a couple cents from Amazon. But here's the Mod Podge again. And then I used Cricut vinyl. I used what I purchased from Cricut, and it came in a package like this, which was kind of surprising to me. I got the Everyday Iron On All Occasion Value Pack. And it's a good thing I did because I needed an extra piece of the white. This comes with all kind of different colors. There's pretty gold, a couple sheets of that. Let's see what else is in here. Looks like 3 sheets of the gold. There's black, there's white, there's silver, and that might be it. So that's what I use. And actually, to be honest with you, I've already cut out the white that I need, but I have not cut out the silver. So I'm going to show you what I have so far, and then I'll show you how I got there. So here's my big piece of white. And let me see if I can turn this over. So this is where I've already stained it. And it looks a little bit lighter in the picture. Boy, so does my hand, than what they really are. But it works out really nice. All I did was use some paper towels and put this on this. And I put baggies over my fingers so I didn't get them all stained up, because I didn't have any gloves. And I just did that on here. So let that dry. I just did that this morning because, as I said, these are little mysteries that my sister gives to me. And she doesn't give me much time to figure out what I'm doing and what I'm supposed to do. But that's the challenge of it. And that's the part that keeps me going and on my toes. So anyway, I have this. And now, oh, wait, before I move this, I'll show you what I did. So where did I put it? Uh-oh. Hang on. Oh, all right. So here's what I've already done. But you know what, you guys? I didn't even show you a nice picture of the inspiration. So let me go back up here. And I'll just copy this. Copy. I know you don't see this yet because I'm hiding something. And I'm going to paste it over here. All right. So this is the inspiration piece that she gave me. I didn't make the white border around it because my piece that she bought me is 18 inches in diameter. You know, from one side to the other, it's 18 inches. And so I didn't want to have to mess with lining up these little white line circles on mine. So I didn't do that. But this is what my inspiration piece looks like, and I'll show you now what I have so far. So, see, I have the piece of wood, and this is what I've done so far. And I'm going to show you how I got this ready to go like this. So far, I just have, well, you know what I can do? I can put this, I think, wait, hold on. Combine. Okay, so here we can see. On the left-hand side, you can see my inspiration piece. And then on the right-hand side, you can see what I'm working on. And I think they look pretty good. The only thing I have to do yet for this one is to cut out this silver vinyl. Then I'm going to put a big C in here, just like they have the H. So I'm going to try that and see how that's going to work. Now, when I do go to iron this down, and honestly, you guys, I have never ironed on wood before. So This will be a first for me too, using iron on wood. So keep your fingers crossed. All right, so this is what I have so far. And I'm going to put a big old C in the middle, so I'll have to cut that and develop that. So let's move this out of the way and go back up to my screen, and I can show you how I did this. So this is the inspiration piece. I can get rid of this now because you've seen it, because it's going to be on this page too. So here's what I did to get this started. The first thing that I did, cheese down. Oh, look at what you guys are saying in chat. Chasing trash cans around because of the wind. Oh my. All right, anyway. So the first thing I did with this was I looked on the piece that my sister had gotten me, and it says that it's an 18-inch circle. So I knew the first thing I needed to do, let's move this out of the way, and just make this a 13-inch circle. Not 13, 18. So obviously it's not going to fit on my mat like this, because here's my mat, and this circle measures 18 inches. So to do that, get the circle to measure 18 inches. All you do is come over here to the circle, to the, what are these called? Are drawing tools? Drawing tools. Huh. And you get the circle, hold down the shift key so you get a perfect circle, and then just draw out this like this. You don't have to make it 18 inches right now, because just come up here where the little lock is, up here, lock that, and then just make one of these dimensions 18 inches. Doesn't matter which one. Since the lock is locked, it will change proportionately. So I'm going to type in 1/8. And did I get it? Yep, and hit enter. So that changed it all proportionately. So I know this is exactly how much space I have to use for my design. So if you have a 12-inch circle, you would make yours 12 inches, obviously. So the next thing that I did, let's move this out of the way. I knew I needed some of these little dudes right here, the little leaves, right? And I didn't know what I wanted to use. So I went looking over here in the store, and I can't remember. I think I typed in leaves, or maybe leaf wreath, maybe. I can't remember exactly what I typed in, but you'll see a bunch of them. All right, here's some that are totally wreaths. So this is probably not what I wanted, because I didn't want it to be a solid thing. Oh, here's one though. That's cute. That would have worked. So there's a lot of cute ones in here though, and you could actually, if you chose to use one like this, you could cut it up yourself. Here's one that would work easily. And that one already has the line around it. You could use that. Okay, well, the ones I got, obviously, look at it, says I own it. And I believe that is, yep, that's the one I used. So I just double click to open that one. Let's see, Tammy's, So Tammy said something, but I'm not going to go there quite yet. I'm going to go back to my silhouette and go here for a second, just so I can look and see this right here. Sorry, you guys, be right there. Okay, all right. Just checking what Tammy said. All right, so here we are, and I'm going back to silhouette, and then these are the ones that I got right here, right? I also tried these, and I didn't like these as well, so I left these out so you could see, but there are different items that you could try. I'll just delete these right now since these aren't the ones I use, but maybe you want to know the ones I did use in case you want to get the same ones. So hang on one sec. Let me go back to the, and let me go to here. I'll go to my library. Here they are. When you go to your library in Silhouette, you can, as I've shown you before, make all kind of folders over here into which you can put stuff so it's easier to find. Since I just purchased this, I don't have it in a folder yet. But suppose I want to be able to tell my friends, what did I use here? Well, it was called Side Wreath. And if I click on this little box, it's going to give me more information. So if you're interested, it's Side Wreath. That's the name of it. And you should be able to find it just by searching for that. But if you have a pen and you want to write down the number, it is, the design ID number is 305 1, 3, 2. And if you didn't get that, you can replay this later after it goes up. But once again, it's 3, 0, 5, 1, 3, 2. And it's just called side wreath. Okay. So I'm in my library right now. To get back to where I want to design, I just click on the word design right here, and there I am. All right, so here's the wreath and how it comes in. Now, this is not going to be very good to use, and I'll show you why. Let me move my circle that I need out of the way. Let's put the side wreath on here, and let's go to make it or send. When you send this over there, and it was red, this red outline, this shows everything that's going to be cut, and I don't want anyway, maybe you want. Maybe you would like yours to have all this definition, but I didn't want mine to look like this. So I made mine solid. So, let's see, can I do it like this? I think even if I say fill, wait a minute, oopsie, whoops, I went back to design, but that's okay, because that's where I really wanted to go. So, and let me see something. I want to make this a lighter color. Do you remember how I changed the color of my mat? I think that's a little too dark for our purposes today for you to see well. Could move this out here. But just as a refresher, the way you can change your mat color is just like this. Go up here to the page setup panel. Go to the second button over, because that's the grid settings. So click on that second one over. And then all you have to do is change the spacing on your grid if you don't want it to be like that at all. See that? But if I want to just change the color of my mat, I can just go here and change it to some other lighter color, like that. See? Just like this. You can change it to any color you like. So that's a little bit better. We can see that more clearly. Okay, so here we are. This thing is not what I want. I want it to be a solid fill. And that's what I used on mine, as I can show you again down here. So you can see that mine were all solid fills right here, and that's the way I wanted mine to be. So depending on what you want, you know, you may or may not want to do this part if you're following along when you want to make one. So to make this a solid fill, what I did do first was I just ungrouped these, and since they're just mirror images of each other, I can get rid of one of them. I don't need them both here. I'll delete one. The other one, I'll scroll in so you can see. This one, I'm going to come up here to Object and release the compound path. And for those of you in my Patreon classes, you know we use that a lot when we're making SVGs, release the compound path. Now I'm not going to color anything. I'm not making this into little different colored pieces for an SVG, although I could do that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up here again and, oh, no, I'm not. I'm just going to grab everything, grab this whole thing now. Just it. Come on. Just it. There we go. And I'm going to say, having an issue here. Going to grab all of it, right click and say weld. And you know, oh, I must have missed some, because see this little red part right here and there and there? So I'm going to have to grab that again, because there must be some pieces that I'm missing. And I'm going to scroll out so I can see what's happening. What am I grabbing in addition that I don't want? Nothing. What's there? Huh, that's weird. Well, you know what I'm going to do? Since I'm having a hard time grabbing these things, I'm going to grab them like this. Grab this, hold down my Shift key, and just grab these other little pieces while I hold my Shift key down. So if ever you have a hard time grabbing things like I just was, there's always, like Nancy and I say, 2 ways to skin a cat. You can grab them that way, and then again I can right click and weld, and then that's just one solid piece, just like that. So that is exactly what I want. So I'll scroll back out again. Oh no, I forgot. Go back. I have to group it too. And I am going to find out what that other dumb thing is down there. Group. Hope I got it all. I did not. Okay, let's scroll back in. Typical when you're live. Weird things happen. Okay, I'm getting some of these. I'll hold down my shift key. I don't understand what's going on. I'm just going to weld all this and see what I get. Oh. Alright, you guys, hang on just another second. Let me scroll out and see, what do I have on here that I'm not knowing I have? What is down here? Let's see if I can get rid of whatever this is. There's something here, but I can't see what it is. I'm going to delete it. See if now I can just get that. Yes, now I can just get that. So I'm going to grab that and weld it. And I'm going to group it. And, okay, it's already grouped. Okay, finally. So we can move all of that. Okay, so now I'm going to scroll in with that little bug tool that I like up here. And I'm going to bring my little circle back over near my mat for some reason. And I'm going to bring this over here. I'll right click on it and say bring it to the front. So let's see, this piece is going to go shaped like this. And you know what? I don't think I need these lines to show up right now. See this square? Those are the cut lines. I will want those in a little bit, but right now I don't need them. So I'm going to turn them off. They're the cut lines that are on my mat. So to turn off those cut lines, just come back up here to the page setup panel, go to the first icon on the left, and just click on, or click off, toggle off, show cut border. So watch this little red line. It's going to go away. Yay. Gone. Okay. So now I got to figure out, now how am I going to fit these in here? I'm going to twirl this around a little bit, and this is just a matter of trial and error. And maybe, oopsie, and get this guy again, and a little more, maybe like that. Okay, a little bit more, I think. Maybe like that. Okay, let's say I like that just fine. So what I can do right now with this one is click on it, come way over here onto the right hand side to the replicate panel. And on the replicate panel, I'm just going to say mirror to the right. So I want this same thing, but I want it over here mirrored to the right, like that. So then I can just put it over here. And I can put them closer if I want to, or further away, whatever I like. And what I can also do is click on this one, hold down my shift key and get this one, and come up here to the align tool and say maybe align bottom, because that will make sure that the bottommost edge of these is aligned. So when I go to put them on my piece, I'm not going to have one piece that's lower than the other with me thinking that they're really aligned. Okay, I'm going to click on one, click on this one, and say align, come up here, align bottom. Perfect. Now that moved it down a little bit, but that's okay. I can grab them both, move them up. Where do I like them? About right like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click and group them. All right, so I'm pretty happy with those, although I might have wanted it tilted just a little bit more so it came out here, but this is okay today for this demonstration. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab that set. Going to come over here to the replicate panel again, click on that to open it, and this time I'm going to replicate it, mirror it, not above but below. So that puts a perfect mirror edge right down below. And so I don't mess up where it is, I'm just going to use the arrow key on my keyboard to move it down. I have a tendency to just hold my arrow key down and never take my finger off. And before you know it, it goes way off the screen. So after you get pretty far, just start hitting your arrow key like tap, 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 till you're happy with it. All right, so that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab both of those. Whoops, this one, hold down my shift key, and this one, I'm going to turn them both to white so we can get an idea what they're going to look like white. All right, I really like those. I'm happy with that. Okay, where is our piece that we're trying to duplicate? I guess I'll just duplicate this one. So on this one, notice I had a couple more little white leafy things because these were a little bit smaller, and I accidentally cut those out. But I asked Freda, I sent her a picture, and she said, no, too many leaves, too many leaves. So these guys have got to go. Just going to have the 2 at the top and the 2 at the bottom. Oh, it's blurry. Oh, I don't know what's wrong. I wonder if it's on my side. So Deborah and Kathy are having trouble with blurry. Oh, bummer. Huh. And D. I wonder if it's something I've done here. Well, just going to keep going because I'm not sure right now, and I might just lose y'all. If it's too blurry, you know, maybe when you watch, hopefully the recording will be nice and clear. So when you go to watch that, if you need to, it'll be nice. All right, so the next thing I decided to do was I went with Caruso. I just wrote in Caruso. So to do that, I used my favorite font, and I think Nightbot will tell you what it is if he hasn't yet. I'm going to go here to the left-hand side where the A is, come over here anywhere, and type in Caruso, my last name, and I'm going to make it much bigger. So I can click off, then click back on to make it larger. And I'm going to use Samantha Craft. So I'm going to come way over here to the right hand side, and obviously in my recently used or in my frequently used, there is Samantha Craft right there. So I'm going to click on that and it'll automatically change it, and it looks really pretty just like that. But look at this C I used on mine. Oh, ooh, ooh, pretty, pretty. So to do that, you guys know how to do it. All you do is highlight the letter you want to exchange, and then you don't have to open up any other program. Here in Silhouette, all you have to do is come up here to where it says glyphs, or it has a G, I'm sorry, and that stands for glyphs. And that shows you every single glyph, every single thing that is in your Samantha Craft font. So I'm going to scroll down till I get to the C's, because look at all these A's. Oops, I went too far. I'm in the E's already. Oh, I'm having trouble getting to the C's. So there's the B's. Gonna keep going. I love some of these B's. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Okay, this C is pretty boring. So let's see what else we got. Which one did I use? Looks like I used this one. Isn't that pretty? I love that. It's so much prettier than this. So all I have to do is click on that and it changed it right like that for me. I love it. Okay, so let me move this down now. Tammy, is yours messed up too? Charles said hers is okay. All right, I'm going to change this to white text. And I want you to look inside, just like in Cricut Design Space or any other program you're using. Notice if this is vinyl and I'm cutting it like this, you know it's going to make a cut right here. You're going to have a little piece right there. So the thing we have to do is right click and weld. And if you don't like right clicking and doing things, you can always come over here to this modify panel, and weld looks like this. Do you see the little icon for weld? So maybe you don't want a right click, maybe you don't want to come over here, but if you remember this icon, you'll know that you can also just go right up here and weld. But I hardly ever use these shapes up here for some reason. So I usually just right click and weld, or right click and do things. All right, so I think that's looking pretty good already. So Caruso, what else do I got to do here? Is this grouped? Yeah. The Caruso family. Okay, so when I looked at their sample, to me, it looks like, oh, the word the, I didn't do mine right, I think, when I cut it, because I forgot to change the font for family. But it looks like I got the same exact font right here. So if I type in the word the, come over here to the left, get the font tool, put the caps lock on, and type in the. And I can click back on and make it larger, and then come over here to the text style panel, and this is Times New Roman. That's what I think they used. So when I switch it, doesn't that look a lot like what they used right here? So I pretty much like that just fine. So and then I couldn't put it exactly how theirs did because I wanted to make it so that I could use my 12 by 12 mat and I didn't have to get a bigger mat. So I was really conscious of that, and I'll show you in the end what I'm talking about. But I would change this now. I liked it right there to white, and trust me, I moved this all over the place. I kept trying it here and there. You know, you might like it up here better. You might like it bigger. Whatever. That's all personal preference. So the Caruso, and then the word family goes down here. And it's supposed to be in the same font according to the sample. So I came here, got the text tool over here on the left, clicked on my space here, typed in the word family all in caps, and clicked off, and then clicked it back on so I could get these little boxes around it and make it larger. And then I want to change the font by coming over here on the right hand side to the text style panel. Once I click on that, this opens, and I'll change it to Times New Roman. There we go. And obviously it's going to be too big. Not sure how big I need to make it, but I can adjust it. So see, I might want to move this up a little bit, this a little bit, and this a little, oops, and then this a little bit. Okay, I'm going to change that to white. Okay, that looks pretty good. The only thing I'm noticing is it looks like they used the same size font for both of these. And if I wanted to do that, I'd probably maybe make this in just a tiny bit bigger. And actually, once I click on it, I can come up here and I see that it's 98.67. So maybe I'll just make it an even 99 and hit enter. And then I could click on this one and also make it 99. And click on enter. So then they're both the same size. And again, this is just, designer's choice, whatever you want. Want them the same size? You don't want them the same size. All right, so the next thing I got to do is I have to do established. So I come over here again to the text tool, click here, or click somewhere on off of my mat, doesn't matter. I'm going to take off my caps lock because I notice they have the E just capital and then the ST period. And I put 1974, because that's when my husband and I were married, in 1974. So I'm going to highlight all of that. I don't want it in that font, the Arial font that it comes in automatically. So I'm thinking I might as well use my Samantha again. Let's see what it looks like. Samantha Craft. I love that font. All right. So it's kind of hard to see there. I'm going to click off of it and then back on so I can make it larger. Let's see, am I going to like that? Oh, that's too big. That's still too big, I think. Yeah, maybe about like that. And see, now this is what makes me start moving all these things around so I'm happy with where they're placed. Okay, so I'll change this one to white. And pretty much that's all I have to do. As I said, I probably would have made these curve out just a little bit more, these little leafy things, but they look okay like that. All right, now the next thing I have to do that I haven't done yet is to make the big C in the center. But before I do that, I'm going to move this thing out of the way, the circle, and I'm going to see what of these things can I group together on a mat so I can just use my 12 by 12 mat. So let's see, if I take this and this and this, how big is that? Okay, look at that. Too big. Do you see this size right here, how wide that is? 13.753. So I can, if I want to, I can change all of it. I don't think the word Caruso is too big. Yes, it is. Look at that. It's still a little bit too big. So I might change the word Caruso first. Just make it so it's 11 something. And then the word the is fine. But these guys right here, I might just ungroup those right now and twirl them a little bit more like I said. But now I got to make them match the bottom ones. Get rid of this one. I wonder if I move him in just a little bit more. I need my circle back so I can see how this is going to look. Move that like that. Now I can click on this one to highlight it. Come back again to the replicate panel. Replicate it to the right, or mirror it to the right, I should say. Move it over here. Oh, I don't know, you guys. All right. Let me click on these two together. And let's look at the size of them. They're still too big. I can see right here in the word the. They're 13.057. So I think I'll just make them a little bit smaller so they'll fit. Let's see what it's going to look like. All right, so it's got to be that small. See, it's starting to get a little small looking to me. All right, but now what we would be able to do is this. We could click on the word the, move it up, click on this, adjust it a little bit. And now I think, if I move this out, I think if I get these three things, yep, look at, now the size of that is 11.786. So I'm going to group all that stuff together. Move it out of the way. Oh, but you know what I forgot to do, you guys? I forgot to make these the same size as those. So let's delete these guys. Boop. And ungroup this stuff. Ungroup. Okay, take both of these. And I'm going to mirror them by hitting the replicate panel. Mirror them below. Okay, so now I have these down here, so I'm good. Before I mess up, I'm going to go ahead and group this stuff again. Group. Bring back in my circle. And bring these up. And let's see. What I can do now, so I can either eyeball this, or I can take this one, and this side, and say align left. So that one, those two are aligned together. This one and this one align to the right. Oopsie. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, undo. All right, just this. Oh, the problem is I have all of that selected. Okay, that's because I regrouped it. So what I would do, instead of what I just did, let me move these out of here again, these two. Let me delete these again. Bring down this. Let me ungroup this. Sorry about this. Hope it's not too confusing. Grab this one and this one. Mirror below. Those are selected. I'm going to group them. I can hit Control G on my keyboard and that groups them. Control and the letter G for group. Then I can just hit my down arrow, move those down so I don't mess up their placement in regards to left and right like the ones up above. So I'm just moving these down like this with my arrow key. When I get close, like I said, I'm going to start clicking. Otherwise, when I let go, it keeps traveling and I don't want it to travel too far. Okay, so that's good. All right, so I can move this up. Not that. Control Z, Control Z. Move this up. Okay. All right. So that looks pretty good. Let's see. Are you guys having questions? I hope it's not too confusing. Okay. I hate when I kind of mess up and then I have to redo it. And I'm afraid if you're new, you're probably like, what in the world? So, all right. So this is what we have so far, and I love it. I'm going to once again make sure that I just group this part at the top, because I know it's not too wide either way, not too wide or not too tall to fit on my mat. So I'm going to group it. You can right click and group, or as you just learned, I can also, let's make sure this is going to fit. Yep. I can hit Control G on my keyboard to group things. I am a little bit nervous, however, because oh, I can't use this. Okay, who knows why I can't use it like this? Can you tell? I have to make it smaller. So there we go. All right, let's bring back in our circle and make sure this is going to look okay. Okay, yeah, I think that looks fine, just like that. The reason why I had to bring this one in was because when I looked at this, if you can see this size right here where I'm circling, it has to be below like 11.8 or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but it can't be over 12 for sure because that's how wide our mat is. So I always have to make it like this. And a way that you'll know for sure that it's going to fit. Remember those little cut lines that we took off in the beginning? If I scroll in here, I can put those back on by coming up here to the page setup panel and clicking Show Cut Border. Those lines are going to tell me if my stuff is going to be cut off. So right now, if I had this like this would not work, because look at the Y is going to be cut off. So I have to make sure that I can move this thing over to the left and that everything stays inside of those cut lines. Let's make sure this part at the top does. Okay, let's see. All right, just by the hair of our chinny chin chin. So let's see if I use my arrow over a little bit. Oops, I want to click on this and over a little bit. Okay, so that is going to fit too. All right, so we're good to go with this. So once again, let's just bring this thing back in. This is taking a lot longer than it really took me to begin with. I don't know, maybe because I'm talking too. All right, let's scroll out a little bit. Okay, so here's what we got so far. The only thing left that I have to do is the ironing and making the big C. So I'm just going to come over here to the text tool, click over here and type in a C, make it really big. How big? And what I could do, since this is the same size as that, I could actually kind of measure mine up if I want to see if I'm really concerned about making it exactly or more like theirs than I really need to. I could bring this to the front and actually just size this right over top of theirs until mine is about the same size. That's not necessary though. You can look yourself and see what you like. Right, but I'm not going to leave my C this font. I'm going to come over here to the text style panel, and I think I'll use Samantha Craft again. Oh, it got really small. So I'm going to go ahead and say convert to path. And the reason being, well, you can see that there's this big box all the way around it. And if I want to make it bigger, I can stretch it like this. But if I just right click and say convert to path, it makes the box right around it, and it's a lot easier for me to manipulate. And I can make it like that. Yeah, it's a little big. And now I can't remember if this is what I used on my original when I was playing with this. But this, I will change to a silvery color because that's what I'm going to be using. And then this, I'm going to right click so we can see what it's going to look like. I'm just going to lap these over each other because this one originally was supposed to be stenciled on. As I said in the very beginning, I said I wasn't going to do this Jean Freda because I didn't have the stencil material, but I decided, heck, I could just do it with two types of vinyl. So I'm going to click on the white and say, right click on it, I should say, bring it to the front. Oopsie daisy. I must have had something else clicked besides the white. There's the white, and I can tell I have the white thing selected by looking up here in the upper left-hand corner. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to right-click and say bring it to the front. Oh, I don't want that in the front. I want this in the front. Bring to the front. All right, so that's what that's going to look like. Got to bring this to the front as well. Right click, bring to the front. So all that means is I'm going to put this C down first on my wooden piece, and then I'm going to do this, well, I'll probably do the top piece, and then this piece. Okay, so let's just change this to a brown color just so we can get a hint of an idea. There we go. It's just going to be something like that. Okay, so all I have to do now is go ahead and cut the C, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to get my heat press heated up, and I'll iron it on for you. Sorry, this is taking a little longer than I anticipated. So, let's see. The only thing I have yet to cut then is the C, and I have that as a different color, and I'm going to make it a really different color just so I can see it when I go to send it. So if I go over here to my send, oh boy, it's just fitting by the hair of my, oh no, that's fine. I'm going to uncheck everything, and I'm just going to check the green thing because that's all I really want to cut. If I don't want to be confused, I can always move these things out of here so they're not even showing on my mat. Okay. But it doesn't really confuse me because I'm used to it. So I'll just do the C, and it's going to be green. I'm going to change it to heat transfer smooth because I know that's what the Cricut stuff is. And based on my trial and error, what I like to use for this with the blade of mine, as old as it is, to get it to cut right, and what I did, well, now you can see it here better, what I do is I write on my packaging what I'm using for my numbers down here. So I have smooth vinyl, which is what I have, and then I'm going to change the blade to a 7, or did I do 6? I think I did a 6. The force I changed to 9, and the speed I left alone. And this should work perfectly because I'm using the same kind of vinyl. If I was not using the same kind of vinyl, as I've said all the time, do a test first. You know, don't ruin a whole sheet of vinyl. Do your little teeny weeny test first. So here we go. I'm going to put this on my mat and put it in my machine. All right, so here's my mat. I have this is heat transfer vinyl. So you always put that shiny side down. And when you're doing heat transfer vinyl, especially if you're using a cameo, I always like to mirror mine first. I don't like to wait until I get to this point. Make sure lips is sticking. Got a decently sticky mat, even though it has glitter on it. I'm probably too loud because I'm close to my mic. All right, so there's that. So what I need to do to mirror this, I'm not sure if I can do it here. Nope. I've got to go back to the design, right click on it and say flip horizontally. So now it's mirrored. And then I could go to send, and all of these numbers should be the same. And so I have it on my mat, and what I usually like to do is turn it over, and when I have all this stuff out, oh, here we go, here's one. I like to take one of my squeegees on the back side so I don't damage my vinyl, and just kind of make sure it's squeegeed down, especially if my vinyl's a little, or my mat's getting a little bit older. So that's good. So now all I have to do is put it in my machine. And let's double check up here. I always double and triple check. I'm cutting this green thing, heat transfer smooth. I have that set the way I want it to be. I would do a test, but I've already tested this, so it ought to work just perfectly. Fingers are crossed. Let's send it. And while that's sending, I'm going to plug in my heat press. Okay, that's finished. And I'll weed this. So I can feel pretty much where it is. So I'm going to cut off below it. I don't know why. It's just to be a little frugal, I guess. Save this part. And up here. Just save a little bit of this vinyl. And then weed this. So this is the thing I have to put first, right? Okay. Let me get ready. And I'm double checking. Let's see. I think Tammy and I were looking this up this morning. Tammy, do you remember the temperature that we decided I should use? As I told you guys, I've never done heat transfer on wood before. And thanks to my sister, I'm going for it. I guess, oh, I see it, 315 degrees for 30 seconds. 315. So let me make sure I have my heat press set up at that. And don't know if I'm going to have enough room to show you guys me doing this. Move things out of the way. Okay, this is the part that's a little bit scary. If I have to put the C on here first, how am I going to know exactly where I want it? I guess I can put it down under here. Oh, you guys, I'm going to really like this a lot. Oh, I do. I really do. Okay, heat press is ready. What do you guys think? Looking good, isn't it? I'm loving it. Okay, that looks really nice. And you know, I think Jean's right. If I had put 2 more of these things on here, because see, I have them right here. I think she's right, though. If I put 2 more, I think that would be really kind of starting to look junky. Maybe. I don't know. It's up to you guys. I don't know. What do you think? The yay or nay with these 2? Yes or no? Y or N? We'll start with a C, and you can let me know what you think. 2 more? Yes? 2 more? No. Yes, you love? 2 more? All right, so I need to take this off. Uh-oh, hope that doesn't stick. Leave this here. All right, and one more thing I need to do is to get my pressing cloth. Because we read that you should use this on here as well. So let's see, I'm supposed to have this at 315. And so I want to change it down a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, and you said 315 for 30 seconds. Woo-wee. All right, here we go. Here goes nothing. I hope I have a flat enough surface. Bombs away goes everything else. Okay. I have it set for 15, so I'll do that twice. Okay. Oh, okay. So just do, you like it both ways. Okay. Okay, there was one. Oh my, I'm scared. Oh, this could be another one of those Jean Freda disasters, but hopefully not. I guess I don't have to do this much because I am going to do a second one, remember? So I can quit that right now. Okay, sure I'm not burning anything else. All right, let's see if this worked. I have no clue. It did! Yeah. Uh-oh. A little bit bubbling up right there, though. Yikes. But I think it'll be okay. And you know, I didn't let this board like dry for like hours or anything. I just finished painting it or staining it before we started here. So I don't know if that would affect it or not. So now this and this, these are two different sheets. So, oh, and by the way, you know how I say I did a test? See it right there? Can you see that little piece? That's what the test is. It's a little square and it puts a triangle inside. And then you know if your cutting is going to be perfect. So I'll take these two apart. Let's see, where's it come apart? And I had them stuck together? No. Okay. Because you can't put them on both at the same time. All right, so maybe I'm going to do just 15 seconds on this. I wish I knew for sure that that was going to be straight. Yikes. Oh well. Here we go. So once again, put my press cloth down. I'm going to move this away from my computer a little bit. It's right beside my keyboard, ready to kill it. Okay, let's see. So I guess I'll have to do this in little stages. All right, so here we go. Just putting a little bit of pressure on here. I'm going to do 15 seconds and see what happens. I'm going to move it over here. 15 on this part. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I should hang it up with a burlap strap or if I should put a, oh, I need to cover this more. If I should put a bow on it. I don't know. Would it look good on a front door? These are things I need to ask my sister. As I said, she knows this kind of jazz. I don't. And I forgot to set the timer, so I'm just going to guess. Because, oh. All right. See, that's wrinkling more. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, not enough. But this is getting wrinkly under there. So that might be why it would have been better if I had done the stencil, you know? And not had two layers of this going on top of each other like this. Because I think I'm messing it up. Let's see what's happening. We may have a disaster. Maybe I need to let it cool a little bit. No, look, it's not coming off. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, I think it's not enough yet then. Tammy, you were probably right. Either it's not, I haven't done it enough, or maybe it's because my board could still be damp. I don't know. I'll do this 10 more seconds up here. Okay, and try 10 seconds over here. And 10 more here. Burlap ribbon bow, that would be nice. And here. So again, I'm not sure what's going on here. Might be because my board was still wet, basically, from the stain. Because honestly, I just did it before I went live. Maybe I should try some of these ones I know are going to be weird like this more in advance. See, that is not sticking. And that is not sticking. Oh no. Okay, that side's stuck. So maybe this side still needs more. Maybe if I take this off, if I can get it off, and then do it again with, uh-oh, don't you dare come up. Hey, you. Hey, you. So this is why Jean Freda things are such a scare to me. If I was doing this and it wasn't a Jean Freda, trust me, I would make sure this worked before I tried it in front of you guys. Oh, I better do that again. Heat that some more. Burnish it. Oh, okay. I don't know if that'll help or not. Let me try that. Nope. Maybe while it's hot, you mean. Let's get that heat press again. Okay, now I'll try to burnish it a little bit. Oh, I messed up my E. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look. My E got messed up. Let me see if I can fix it. Nope. So I'm going to have to make another E and take that one off. So I'm just taking this off with my tool here before it's totally adhered. T. I need my tweezers. Alright, so there's that. I can work on this. I don't need to do this, I guess, while you are watching this part right here. But what I will do is I'll make another E and stick it on right there, and I'll send you this, show you the picture of the end. But let's go ahead and put the last part on and hope this is going to work. Family. It's so cute. I think I'll be able to fix that really easily. Alright, let's hope this is going to go. So, put down this thing first, I guess. Okay, here we go. Maybe I'll set my timer hot temperature up just a little bit more. Should probably try to keep it off those other ones. Okay, try this one. Now that was only 15 seconds. So maybe that's the problem too. Hopefully I'm not melting my cutting board under here. So this one I'm going to start again for another 15, and we'll see if there's a difference between these two sides. Okay, so that was 15. Oh, what is that? Oh, you know what? You guys see, I think it shows that it is wet. Because see that steamy look? So that must be what's wrong. It's wet from the stain still. What a bummer. Well, that's a lesson learned. See that steam? I guess you can probably see it. Okay, this side was 20 and it didn't make any, or 30 almost, and it didn't make any difference actually. at all. I think this side actually came off a lot better. Oh dear. So I think I'll just cut some of this off. And well, now at least I know what's wrong. So you guys, if you go to do this and you stain your wood, let your wood dry for, I don't know, it probably tells on the packaging how long. I would probably, the best thing would be to do it overnight, but certainly more than just a few minutes. Uh-oh, family. Come on. Let's see if I can get this M fixed. Stay there. You guys about to die watching? About to die doing it. Stay. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. Let's see. This looks okay. Okay. Gonna try a little bit more heat. See if we can get that to stick. Stay there. It went crooked. Pretty straight. Can't imagine having people watch me first time. Yeah, I know. Kind of crazy, right? Well, that's why it's called the Jean Freda Challenge. But I wouldn't do this if she didn't have me doing things outside my comfort zone. So this is a good thing. I'm learning. Don't you laugh, Stephanie. I see you. Let it cool a little longer before removing it. Okay, I'll try that. Let's see if that helps. So I gotta make an E, but I won't do that here. That'll be easy, just an E and stick that on here. And then I'll take a picture and show you. Let's hope this is gonna work. That's pretty cool. Wait a few more seconds. Child's laughing too. Hey, you guys. Oh, look, that didn't work at all. So I think I'll try the hot peel again. Okay, let's go. Come on, buddy. I'm gonna put some pressure on that. 15 seconds. Yeah, you're learning too. Yeah. Almost just the E. Okay. Try it hot. Nope. I'm just trying to get off the carrier sheet. Then I'm going to heat press it down again. And hopefully that will be enough. Luckily, this isn't going to be something that's going to be washed. And once I do get everything placed properly, I'm assuming that using the Mod Podge will really seal it all into place, hopefully. But look at this. This isn't sticking one iota. Not an iota. So there's probably some people that don't really know me that are getting a very good kick out of this. All right. So let me get these letters back on here straight. And then I'm going to hit them again with the heat. See if we can get them to stick. I think I will be able to now. All right, last chance. Oh, you let it sit overnight for 24 hours. See? That's why I need to check these Jean Freda things in advance and not just decide willy-nilly, okay, I can just open it up this day because that's the way the challenge works. All right, here we go. Are you guys having as much fun as I am? Not. This is maddening. It's sort of embarrassing. But hey, you know, what am I going to do? All right, let's peek. Did they stick? Well, they're not sticking to this. I think they did. I think we have success other than the H or the E that I need to fix. But otherwise, I think, whoops, I guess it's upside down for you if I do that. I think it's super cute. I really do like it a lot. I might just have like to drill 2 holes in here, or I could put a thing on the back and hang it with some burlap. Or somebody suggested what? Ooh, I have some red burlap ribbon. I wonder if that would be pretty to make a bow. No, I think this stuff that I have is too wide. It looks redder than what it is, but I don't know how I would put that up there. And that's too snowy probably. So, I don't know. Kind of cute. It's not too bad, really. It is still winter. Maybe, if I fluff it up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's going to look pretty cute, actually. Okay. Wow. We survived it, you guys. I think it's super cute. I'm going to finish this, fix the E, and I am going to hang this on my front door, I believe. So, thank you very much for joining me. Next time, if I do another one of these, I'm going to let this thing dry before I start putting things onto it, vinyl onto it, because obviously I'm pretty sure that's exactly what the problem was. And the reason why I say that is I hope that you were able to see the steam that was coming out, because I'm sure that had to have been from the moisture in the wood for me putting on the stain. So again, thanks for joining me. If you have any further questions, leave them down below the video. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And join me again next Wednesday for a live Jean Freda, where hopefully she's not going to stump me as bad as she did this time. I wish she was here, although it's probably not her fault. The other thing, like I said, though, is in the sample, the one that she had told me about, this was supposed to be stenciled on, but I don't see what difference that makes. I kind of like it like this. It's fine. The only issue I had was getting the vinyl to stick. So, and it might have been the kind of vinyl I use. Like I said, I use the everyday vinyl instead of 651. 651 would probably have stuck a lot better. So, all right. Thanks again. Yeah, you saw the steam. Okay. You're welcome, Chow. Thanks, Kathy. Thank you, Diana. I do too, actually. I think it's really pretty. I'm going to fluff up this bow, and I think it's going to look really nice. All right. You're home with bronchitis. Oh, hope you get better quickly, Diana. All right, I'm just checking to see if there's anything else here in the chat. I know, Tammy. Burnish it. Okay. All right, guess that's it. Thanks again, you guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.